Right down to about the 1-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
I'll show you what we do.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
It's a gain of 8.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Thank you. I'm again.
And intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Hurts. Now he's going to step up and run. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
17 yards. And an Eagles first down.
He'll keep it himself. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane. Never materialized and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Hurts to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll go down as his drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So last time I played this, I played you.
I don't hear that shit.
Set to begin
I
the
heard.
next drive, the Rams
That's
offense
I'm
at the
tripping.
That
line.
shit. Oh yeah,
And they're in
motherfucking
an
new
early
life
hole.
got
The
him,
first
nigga.
drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized
Nigga.
deficit early on.
It is, but
Where's
I
that?
think you hit the key
Oh
words
yeah, bro.
early on. So they have to
Yeah,
decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in
It's
this
like
game?
Stafford.
Nigga.
Slant here to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not
That's
before
up.
he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, 27 yards. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I done escaped from the puck.
Down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
I'm sorry the whole time.
Whenever you get an opportunity, you can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Byron Young there on the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got to leave, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now he's loose again, and he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 6-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 14 that time.
Let's go. What a time.
2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this
Hey,
defense.
man.
They've had
Don't
their
worry
share
about
of
me.
struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Don't worry about me.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Here's a diving catch.
That's all I need.
Now the Eagles will use the
All I
second
need,
of their
Dave.
timeouts.
I need to talk to this.
So as they talk it over,
All
we
I
step
need,
aside.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your
fucked up,
team's
man.
calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl.
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And this has caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Man, here we go. Top coach.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Oh my God.
Oh, everything falling apart now.
Me.
Another one
Oh,
intercepted.
you. Oh, you. Me.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining. What will be the final action of this first
You got
half?
ball. You good.
Yep. Your ball. I was making fun of shit was going on.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail
Just
here
straight
as we
skills.
resume play.
Yeah, and I'm showing you.
This man.
And he'll get it up past the 20
Shut
to
up.
about the 22.
What's it up? Go lay down. Move. Go lay your ass down. Chill.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play this perfect second half to have a solid chance. And that absolutely stopped them. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, LA.
What was that?
Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point attempt here still to come.
Oh, nigga, why you crying, man?
Shut up.
You up,
It's
man?
up and good.
Yeah,
And it's now
2-2.
28-14.
That shit just go on. Go let
As
in.
the kickoff unit as they run
Gotta
up
bounce
and
back.
send this one away.
Them down from that pit. Got his ass in.
And
This
they will not
situation
get
right
a
here.
chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, we not the hero.
Should be 14-14.
Huh?
Yeah, a bit. You throw a bit, but nigga drop it. Yeah.
Already at the line, this Philly
I still count
offense set
that.
to go.
That's a bit.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
We
You
will
can say
catch
that
the
again.
ball.
They've got to be pretty
Catch a
eager
little bit.
because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you
My
can
bad,
bet
that's a
that they're
bit.
saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Right, man. It's not your team. It's my team.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. Saquon Barkley.
Hope you look good
And
for
he
it.
is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Yeah, defense.
Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A gain of 15. First down, Rams.
Here's Stafford. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And down inside 15 shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
To throw is Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams get a bit closer. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Every time. Good.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
If you would have had a mobile quarterback.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
What?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 38, Hurts.
Oh, my God.
Pass, it's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Here's a give to Bigsby. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run for Bigsby. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
What's up, boy?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
I know we start every time we go. Don't be. Yeah, man.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll try the right side here. Barkley avoids him at the 40. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 148 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. That will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Hurts. I'm going over there.
Hurts is going to do it himself. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
A give to Barkley out of the gun.
Nothing
much materializing there on the 1st down line. He'll get a couple and that's it.
Brady, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Take Bigsby, taking it in from the 20. And the Eagles have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was unfortunate the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
41-yard gain. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Back to throw, Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now Stafford.
Oh, come on. Especially Adams. Boss out. That's especially.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Stafford looks to throw again. Got a man and he hits it in stride. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Colby Parkinson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
42, Rams 27.
Take this up, boy.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Bullshit.
You started my day good. I went to work with the flag. Off the road.
Already at the line, this Philly
He ain't
offense
think
set
about
to
running
go.
plays.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. They both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Saquon Barkley. There he goes again.
You ought to be concerned. But, you know,
Inside the 20.
I'm doing shit like this.
Philadelphia.
You know,
Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Eagles have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
you ain't got enough water real quick. This motherfucker fire out.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace. And now look at this. Big game.
Look at this.
Wind up out of bounds.
I can hear and feel the sigh of relief.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it.
That
Ball
motherfucker
goes
he
over
on
the
the
sideline,
scoreboard
able to
street.
retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Yeah.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Stafford now to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Stafford.
Look
Goes
at
right back to Smith again.
yeah. So I ain't really let you look across the feet.
Nigga, nigga, I didn't do fucking tackle.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
I'm interested.
Again, it's Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
He's trying to get out here.
14 on the play.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford into the hands of Williams across the formation.
Out of here.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
That motherfucker out of here.
It's now 3rd down.
That's good for reality.
One last throw here for Stafford.
I'm not strong.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep going to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one incomplete.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. So fly, Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talk